Swifties, are you ready for it? Taylor Swift is hitting the road with her long-awaited Eras Tour and her first stop, Swift City. Let's take a look back at her 10 iconic musical eras that we know all too well. Taylor steps into the country music scene at 16 years old. Her self-titled debut album harks back to a much simpler time. Cowboy boots, tight curls, and emotions of a teenage girl. But it wasn't until her breakout single, Our Song, that she had fans saying,
"Could play it again."
The music video garnered 200 million views on YouTube and lands Taylor her first #1 slot on the country Billboard 100 chart.
And this morning they told me that my album is platinum, and tonight I'm standing on this stage. I can't believe it, y'all.
In her second era, America's Sweetheart ditches the sundresses and gives us a new look full of sequin and fairy tales. Fearless makes her the biggest country star to go mainstream and earns her many awards, including the Grammy for Album of the Year.
I never thought that that would ever happen. Honestly, I got invited to help announce the Grammys, and I was really excited about that. So I was like, man, I'm going to get to meet Fergie and Akon, and I didn't think I was going to get nominated. I did not think that the overall genre category. So I just freaked out. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
The songstress launches her first headlining tour and brings over 1 million attendees, and we finally understand why we belong with her. Moving on to her third era, Speak Now, Sparks Fly with Love, Heartbreak, and A Pop of Purple. This marks Taylor's first and only self-written album and proves that she doesn't need a co-writer to tell the story of us. Her effort pays off as the album receives over 300 million streams on Spotify, showing there's nothing better than revenge. Everything changes for Taylor in her fourth era as she loses the signature curls for bangs and turns everything red. Fueled with the ups and downs of a relationship, this breakup album sells 1.2 million copies in its first week.
It's a crazy feeling. All my friends are texting me and everybody's, tweeting about which their favorite songs are, and that's just so fulfilling as a writer.
With so many songs to love, her lyrics remind us why we are never getting back together with our exes. Running out of the woods and into her wildest dreams, 1989 marks Taylor's fifth era and the moment she becomes a full-blown pop star with the haircut and sunglasses to prove it. Yes, people are obsessed with her dating life, but she plays into it with Blank Space, which is now her most streamed song on Spotify at 1.1 billion. Now that's something we can't shake off. Call it what you want, Taylor enters her villain era when she releases her sixth studio album, Reputation. The Look What You Made Me Do star flashes snakes, diamonds, and even kills off the old Taylor. Her Reputation tour becomes the highest grossing tour in U.S. history with $266.1 million, and that's how you play the endgame. Exploding with bright colors and rainbows, her seventh era, Lover, is a complete 180 from the former Taylor we saw in Reputation. She focuses on daylight instead of darkness and reminds everyone that soon it always gets better. And while we were bundled up in our cardigans during quarantine, the songwriter surprises Swifties with her eighth era. Focusing on escapism and nostalgia, the secret album of fictional songs became the biggest album of the year with over 1.2 million sales, making this one the one. A few months later, Taylor dropped Folklore's sister album, Evermore, marking her 9th album and completely curing our champagne problems. Long story short, Taylor can conquer any genre of music that her heart desires. After re-releasing some of her older music to regain the rights, Tay's dream and nightmares become a reality in her 10th era Midnights. The Queen of Easter Eggs taps into a full lavender aesthetic and tells the story of 13 sleepless nights. This anticipated album completely breaks the internet by crashing Spotify on its release, surpassing the record for most streamed album in a day, and takes down Ticketmaster with more than 2 million ticket sales in 24 hours. I guess it's true. Taylor Swift's career is bigger than the whole sky itself.